True. True.
True.
Yeah. Let's go.
True.
You're what's good? How y'all feeling? I hope everyone had a great weekend. But y'all know what it is. It's Monday morning. It's time to get back to it. You feel me? Ice in the building early. Ice, ice, baby. What's good? What's good? How you feeling? How you doing? How you been? What's good? Coming in with the dancing emotes. That's the type of chat. That's the type of energy you're supposed to come with. Come through and just start it off like, yeah. Here goes some emotes for you. You know what? You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that video of LeBron? He's like talking about albums. You know what you should do? You should do an album and then you follow up with a deluxe album. Like, you know what? Here go two more for you. You feel me? We got Head Youngin in the building early. What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all know. Monday chat. We're not fucking around, all right? We're not out here to play games. That's your dose of ASMR with that coffee piping hot too. Just how I like it. We're not here to play games on a Monday morning, chat. We're not here to play games. As I told y'all before, y'all can always request or ask questions or whatever the case is. But on Mondays, we got to get to it. Because Mondays is a chance where we just kind of learn a little bit. We learn a little bit about finance, chat, right? So we're learning a little bit about how can, Redeem, take a sip. Take a sip, take a sip. I don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Shout out to Head Youngin. Monday is always a good time because for a lot of people, for most people, it's the beginning of the week, right? Not for everyone. For some people, the week begins on Sunday. For some people, the week ends on Sunday, right? But yeah, no, I had a long weekend. There was a lot going on. It's going to be a long week as well. There's a lot going on in the economy. There's a lot just transpiring. You feel me? I'm one of those people where it's like Monday really begins my week versus Sunday. Because Sunday feels like it's the end of my week. It's the last day of the week in versus the beginning of the week. Anybody else feel like that, chat? Especially I got 2 kids. So Sunday, we got to make sure we got time to relax. When all is said and done, Sunday evening, you got to have time to relax. We got to prepare for the week. So Sunday is when I get my kids prepared for the week. We have our little talks, talk to them. Hey, get your mind right. It's a new week. You still got 30 years to go. You feel me, chat? They still got 30 years to go. But listen, on Monday is when we got to lock in as young adults, teenagers, whoever's watching, we got to lock in. And one of the ways we do that is by knowing what's going on in our economy or just learning a little bit by a little bit. If y'all been here with us for what? The last like 8 to 10 weeks now, we've been slowly learning about investing, right? There's this thing where people feel like, hey, I am 50 years old and I haven't started saving for retirement. Am I fucked? Are they fucked, chat? I'm going to say no, right? Because one, I think retirement is looked at a lot differently nowadays than it was back in the day. And when I say back in the day, we're talking even 30, 40 years ago, right? When people were retiring, they're like, listen, age 60, I'm fucking done. I don't care what time it is. If my birthday, some people go by their birthday, the actual day, and then some people go by the actual time. If my birthday falls at noon and I'm at work, I retire at noon. I'm 60. I'm no longer working. That's how some people approach life. Nowadays, we got 80-year-olds out in the park doing pull-up competitions against people. You feel me, chat? Like, people aren't retiring at 60 anymore, which means you get more time, in my opinion, to get your life together. You know what I'm saying? A wise person once asked, how come every time you see a vampire movie, vampires are always rich? They had 200 years, 300 years, depending on how old the vampire is, they had hella time to accumulate wealth, right? If you are a fan of the Twilight series, shout out to the Twilight series. I'm a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're Team Edward or Team Jacob, but if you're wondering why the vampires are always rich, chat, they got 40, 50, 100, 200, 1,000 years of savings. You feel me? So I'm not telling you you have 1,000 years unless you're a vampire, right? What I am saying is that give yourself some grace, right? Some people have saved since they started working and they still don't have a lot of money. Some people have started last year and have a ton of money, right? Don't compare yourself to others, right? Do your own thing, go on your own journey, get there when you get there. And just realize whatever type of lifestyle you live now, you could alter the lifestyle you live in the future. Do you want to live now or do you want to live later, right? That's always a debate for people, right? Do you want the sports car now or do you want the sports car later, right? Not telling you to buy a sports car. I'm just saying. These are some of the things people think about. People say, well, I'm 25 years old, or I'm 30 years old, or I'm 35 years old. How much should I have in savings? How much should I have in retirement savings? The number is going to vary. The number is going to be different for everyone. If you're a person who lives a frugal life, you may not need a lot to survive in retirement. If you're a person that likes to ball out, you like to go stand on couches in the club, you like to make it rain on your local performing artists, listen, you may need a little bit more money in retirement. But I'm just saying these are things that sometimes we have to think about, chat. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been thinking about how can we make small changes? How can we start to understand investing a little bit more, starting at a very small level? Saving for a scat pack. Gotta get that $392. You know what I'm saying? We're going to call you Scat Pack Shawty. Scat Pack Shawty. Listen, get that scat pack. You know what I'm saying? Make sure if you get a scat pack, you take the yellow. Some people like to keep the little yellow plastic on the front, right? Some people like to go ahead and take that. Make sure you take that off. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep it on, it's gonna look like you got a rental car. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and get that scat pack. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your favorite car. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta cross your fingers for me because I'm definitely trying to. I'm saving my bread right now so I can get a car. I won't reveal what that car is just yet, but just know It's coming, chat. It's coming. All right, so let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's get our screen up. Let's get our screen up, chat. Let's get our screen up. Y'all know how we starting the day. We're starting the day off right on CNBC. Right on CNBC. Applaud for that. Applaud to anybody who's here early. Because listen, if y'all want to know about little things, before we get into it, here's a little disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an advisor at all. I am not a financial planner, not CFP. I'm not certified in anything. I'm not even certified in CPR. All right. I am none of those things. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a regular accountant. I'm not a tax advisor. Anything that you hear on this channel is absolutely entertainment. And if I were you, before I listen to anything that True says, you might want to fact check it. All right. Don't come to me and said, hey, True said this, so I decided to put all of my life savings into treasury bonds or into NVIDIA or into AMD. Listen, I am not advising you to do anything. I am just simply showing you where you can find information or how to and or interpret information, right? So what we do, chat, every morning, we like to start off, not every morning, but on Monday mornings, we like to start off at CNBC. We like CNBC. They give good information, right? Fact check me. So we already know the first thing that catches our eye is going to be this banner at the top, right? We are still in a government shutdown, right? I mean, that's no surprise. Our political leaders can't come to an agreement on anything, right? Government spending is no different. Treasury Secretary Bessent to remain as IRS commissioner after filling role on temporary basis, sources say. So there is your IRS commissioner. They're letting you know who's in charge. I don't know what that specifically means for the IRS and how people file taxes. I will say that if you filed an extension for your taxes, so you didn't have to file by, I believe, April 15th, they normally give you 6 months after the filing date, which would put your new filing date at October 15th. So if you still need to file taxes, definitely file taxes. And if you're going to file taxes, chat, do it correctly. You don't want to get audited. I have never been audited, knock on wood, but I don't have a reason to get audited. I'm not lying on my taxes. If you are lying on your taxes, more power to you. All right, you see our Christmas bar, right? It's lit up green. You know what I'm saying? Santa Claus is coming at some point. If y'all don't know, listen, y'all know we like to jump around a little bit. And because I mentioned Santa Claus is coming, I want y'all to start thinking about this now. The Santa Claus rally, right? We'll come back to it. Just start thinking about it, chat. Listen, I see a mod in the building. A mod came through and banned somebody instantly. Shout out to the boy, Pendumer. He's not talking, but he's in the building. Listen, y'all know what that means, chat. If Pendumer's in the building, don't fuck around. Don't be out here acting stupid, because y'all know he got Stormbreaker on deck, and y'all will get that axe. What is y'all talking about? Shout out to my mod, Pendumer. Give that man a round of applause. All right, let's get back to it. Stock futures rise to kick off new week after big bank deal. Ooh, what's the big bank deal, chat? AMD, OpenAI partnership. Listen, if y'all don't know what OpenAI is essentially the company that is running ChatGPT. AMD is a semiconductor company. And if there's a partnership, I want all parts. I want parts. Take my money now. Take my money now. Shout out again to Pendumer. He's in the chat. Chat him up, chat. Chat him up, chat. If y'all don't know, Pendumer is one of the king gamers. So ask him all the questions as well. AMD stock skyrockets 35% as OpenAI looks to take stake in AI chip maker. What? Time out. AMD went up 35%? Since when? What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Oh, yo. Yo. Somebody please hold up. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to get part of our stream muted today because what's the dude? Somebody quickly. Tell me the dude's name off of One Piece with the laugh. Tell me the dude off of One Piece with the laugh. Tell me right now. What's his name? Tell me his name. What's his name? What's his name? Come on, somebody. Tell me his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Give me the laugh. Give me the no. I don't need Monkey D. Luffy. What's his name? Blackbeard. Is it Blackbeard? No, we need. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. We need it real quick. We need it real quick.
楽しみにしてろよおめえら。わずか数時間後、俺たちが世界を震撼させる最高のショーを見せてやる。構うな、ルフィ君。
All right, give me the other person too. Give me the other person. That's the Zihaha. We need the other one. We need the yo. Oh, what's his name? What was? Oh, I think this is it. We need this.
Very good. てめえ後で貼って押すぞ。よ
Hey, bro, we needed that this morning because that's how everyone who owned AMD over the weekend is feeling. Chat, if y'all don't realize what this means, if you had one stock of AMD that you purchased even for $165 this morning, each share you made $57.66. If you don't realize what this means, that is crazy. And we thought we were going to get a part of this. We absolutely missed that. Listen, I'm gonna still figure out a way I can play this move because it ain't over, chat. It ain't over, but geez, 35%. Listen, if you know, you know. If you know, you fucking know. Stock futures rise. Let's keep it going though. Stock futures rise to kick off new week after big bank deal. What is the big bank deal? What's big bank deal? Bubbling people searching for AI bubble burst. What it means for stock. They're searching for an AI bubble burst when they're partnering with AMD, and they may partner with a listen, chat. Listen. For anybody who's still thinking AI bubble's gonna burst, listen. This is all we gotta say about that. A huge jump. Hell yeah, that's 35%. 35% pre-market. Listen, when my buddies wake up, you know who you are. If you're watching this, I already know when you wake up, my phone is going to start ringing instantly. They're going to be like, yo ho ho ho. Let's keep it going. Inline holiday spending growth set to slow 5.3% as shoppers seek discounts. What are y'all still looking for discounts on, chat? Just use girl math, right? If you buy it now, it's free later, right? Because you purchased it now and you technically don't have to spend money on it later. Fifth Third Bank Corp to buy Comerica for $10.9 billion in all stock deal. Fifth Third Bank. Chat, Fifth Third Bank is one of those banks that is like, who? Many people have never heard of Fifth Third Bank, but don't think they're not out here doing business. Fifth Third Bank be supplying credit cards and business services to all types of shit, bro. Stocks making the biggest moves pre-market. AMD, Comerica, Micron. So they have what they call sympathy trading, chat. So what that means is I mentioned this to y'all before, other companies within the same sector are going to trade in tandem based off of one company doing good. So if AMD's up 35%, you best believe NVIDIA's doing something pre-market. Well, right now, pre-market, they're getting cooked. So there could still be a chance for them to go up. But more than likely, they're going to trade in tandem. But what's going to happen is that's going to leave a huge gap. I know that is advanced for some people. But listen, if you're on here and you're an advanced trader, just know that AMD deal is about to leave a huge gap. That's about to leave a huge gap. Let's see if they'll let me look at the chart. I still haven't signed in on here. You got to stop that. You got to stop that. 35%. Look at this. That next candle, which is what I'm going to talk about today, is not even going to be on. Look at, oh my gosh. Are we, look at it. Are we kidding? That candle's up here. That candle's up here, chat. It's up there. Come on now. Look at this. I don't know about y'all, but listen, I might have to play this to the downside a little bit. It's going to go up, but eventually it's going to have to come back and close that gap. I might do a leap. That again, I'm speaking advanced, but I might have to do a leap because it's going to come back. At some point in the future, it's going to come back because it's got to collect all those people it missed. All those people that missed, like me, bro, that's insane. Let's keep going, though. French Prime Minister resigns after 27 days, sparking fresh political chaos. Bro had his job for a month and said, you know what? I'm out. Yo, shout out to anybody who got a job and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take a page out of the Gen Z book and say, yo, fuck this job. I don't need you. I'm gone. Bro got his benefits and left. You know what I'm saying? He said, listen, I'm going to get my Cobra and everything else that's associated, and I'm gone. He bought AMD and said, yo, AMD over 35% up pre-market. Listen, I had $10 million stake in AMD. I quit. You know what I'm saying? Biggest analyst calls of the day. I tell y'all all the time, they're going to keep saying NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, Klarna, Micron, Oracle, Amazon, Disney, and more. They're going to keep saying the big companies. This is an advertisement. Who cares? They're going to keep saying, how long is $1.5 million last in retirement? It depends. If you go when you retire and you buy a fucking Lamborghini, your first day in retirement, it's not going to last long, right? There will start to be layoffs if Trump decides shutdown talks have stalled. Listen, pay attention. We are in a government shutdown. It's been going on since fucking last Tuesday? Last Tuesday, chat? Pay attention because this is going to start to raise unemployment and other things, right? The thing that people should understand, though, is even when government workers get furloughed, it's a bad thing, right? Because most people in this country live paycheck to paycheck. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to get back pay, right? It's the people who really lose their job that you got to worry about. Tesla teaser video sparks speculation of long-awaited Roadster or mass market model. Listen, a Roadster coming out right now, chat, there's going to be 5 people that can afford it. 5 people. It'll be me. It'll be Elon Musk. It'll be a couple other people. It'll be 5 people that can buy this Roadster. Don't do it. Wait till we have money. All right. U.S. judge blocks Trump from sending any National Guard troops to Portland for now. Why are we sending National Guards to Portland? They must be turning up in Portland. Listen, if you're somewhere in Oregon or in the surrounding area, come to the chat and let me know what's going on. Aston Martin shares fall 10% as luxury car maker issues fresh profit warning on tariff turmoil. Listen, we're dealing with a government shutdown. We're dealing with tariffs. We're dealing with the crossover to EVs. There's a lot going on, right? Luxury vehicles people are going to buy them, but it's going to have seasonality to it. Like people are going to buy, like we're in fall, right? We're entering winter. How many people are out there buying luxury cars and sports cars during the winter. Like, let's think about it for a second. There's nothing wrong with it. You might be able to get a good deal. If you're getting a good deal during that time, listen, more power to you. But if you're buying the car to start driving it in the winter, listen, if I see you driving your convertible in a hailstorm or a rainstorm, I'm just going to say, listen, Linda, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know who this man is, but make better choices, bro. Make better choices. Like, nothing wrong with having a convertible as your daily or as your main vehicle. But if you have the option to drive another car and it's fucking pouring down, raining, or otherwise that's not suitable for a convertible or a rear wheel drive vehicle, listen, choose the other option. You don't have to stun on us all the time. All right. Because I tell you right now, when I see somebody and they're driving with the top down and it starts pouring down, raining, or if I know it's snowing outside and I see somebody with a soft top convertible, this is me.
Yo, yo, yo,
You know what I'm saying? That's me, chat. I'm like, yo, I don't know what you were thinking, but a rag top, that's what we call it, a rag top Mustang in the snow, bro. That got to be burning so much gas because now you're trying to keep your car even warmer because you're not trapping in any heat or anything. Bro, I had a rental car that was a Mustang convertible a few times, and they're lovely to drive, right? I had California specials and all that. But when it's cold and it starts raining, first of all, the sound is hella annoying. The sound of rain hitting a rag top, oh my gosh, don't get me started. How Trump's tax changes could impact your year-end charitable giving. Okay, if you're a giver, hey, definitely check this out. Nobel Medicine Prize goes to researchers into immune system precision. There is so much stuff to help with immune systems, right? They got elderberry, they got ashwagandha, people drinking CMOS. They're drinking all types of stuff, chat. And I'm here to tell you right now, I don't think any of it's working because we're still getting sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Panini me. When we were in a pandemic, you know, not saying it was a good time because people lost loved ones, but I feel like the world needs to be locked away for another year. I feel like if we were locked away for another year and a half, we would do it better, right? A lot of people would really come out with more money, a better attitude, things like that. Like, the pandemic was over for a week and everyone stopped wearing masks. I thought we were going to be the next China. I thought every time I went into Target, everyone was going to have a mask on. I was like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, chat. I blame the YNs. Blame the YNs, chat. Because that was y'all time to be like, listen, we're wearing masks everywhere we go. And y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't capitalize. That was y'all opportunity. You know what I'm saying? For the YNs that I know some of y'all out there, for the YNs that are designers and clothes makers, that was y'all time. Y'all could have came out with all type of PPE, all type of masks, but y'all stopped doing it, right? Y'all coming out with the half ski mask, the half shiesty. You got it pulled down under. Why are you wearing a shiesty and I can see your face? We're not scared of you. If you're not scared of a YN, there's something wrong, chat. YN's supposed to be scary. You know what I'm saying? That was their time. They could have been exactly. Ice know what I'm talking about. They could have been into mask design. They could have had all kinds of stuff. They were supposed to be the one leading the charge. Bro, there should have been a YN right now that's rich off of PPE. He should have been coming out with a shiesty that looked like a mask. You know what I'm saying? A shiesty at 95 degrees. Exactly. We would have been healthy, though. We'd have been healthy. It wouldn't have been people out here getting hand, foot, and mouth. People out here coughing for 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? School just started. Listen, school just started. I should have been out here in a shiesty dropping my kids off every day. They should have been like, yo, these boys, their dad has to be a YN. Why is he wearing a shiesty all the time? They don't realize I bought it from my local YN and it's PPE certified. It's keeping me healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do. You feel me? Yeah, I missed the opportunity. Now people standing right up on your back when you go into the grocery store. Like, give me 6 feet at least. Goldman Sachs lifts NVIDIA price target. Says chipmaker partnership will drive more gains. What's the partnership? I don't know, but there's a picture of OpenAI and NVIDIA. There's a picture of OpenAI and NVIDIA. I don't know what they're saying. You got to read the article for yourself. U.S. tech giants hit pause on India data center deals underweight of trade uncertainty. Taylor Swift's The Life of Showgirl album release party snares $33 million domestically. Listen, Taylor Swift gonna get her bag every time. Shout out to all the Swifties. Are you a Swiftie, chat? Are you a Swiftie? Shout out to you if you are. Japan stocks hit record highs as Sanai Takachi's LDP victory drives yen past 150. That was a whole lot of words. Look it up for yourself. Prologis, I guess that's how you say it. Prologis, Amazon, and Meta signed low carbon concrete pact. Low carbon concrete pact. What are they doing with concrete? I have to know. What are they doing with concrete, chat? This Meta alum has spent 10 months leading OpenAI's nationwide hunt for its Stargate data centers. They're trying to put these data centers everywhere. I mean, that's just what the world is coming to, right? Klarna went public last month. Here's what analysts have to say on the buy now, pay later stock. I think it's going to be exactly what they say. Klarna went public last month, chat. Let's look up Klarna. I think their business model is going to be exactly the beginning of their stock as well. So they've been live for a month, right? Let's go to year to date. Let's see what they're talking about. I think if you buy it now, you're absolutely going to pay later. Did that go over your head? Right? Did that go over your head? They're down 11%, right? From the top. They need some established business. They need earnings reports under their belt. Don't just jump in. Not saying they won't go up, but I'm just saying IPOs, they typically go down, you know what I'm saying, before they go up. I learned how to put good titles to attract more audiences. Who specializes in that? Listen, I'm trying my best. I'm learning. We can learn together. Let's just start naming it stuff. Here are the 3 big things we're watching in the stock market this week. Listen, I'll tell you one thing you should be watching. Whoever OpenAI is trying to partner with, yep, the same thing happened with Affirm. Exactly. Toko extended car warranty. Listen, they're calling you about your car's extended warranty. Who's Sanae Takachi? The first woman set to helm the Japanese government. Listen, y'all better look up who this is. Who is it? Who is it, chat? I don't know. Look it up. Right, buy it now, you'll pay later for sure. Don't invest your money, all your money into an IPO that you don't really know much about. Because if folks are using buy now, listen, they're letting you do split payments on like food services. Bro, please don't be out here ordering Chipotle and paying for it $2 at a time. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, chat. Please just don't. If things are extremely that rough, chat, just start streaming. Me and some other folks will come to your stream and we'll gift you or something, right? Set up a donation. We'll donate $10 or something. But please don't buy now, pay later your burrito with your extra guacamole. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. All right, well, it is October. If y'all were here with me last week, then first of all, y'all already know that TwitchCon is right around the corner. Next week, chat, I'll be going to TwitchCon, right? And then after that, we're going into the Halloween season. We're going into Thanksgiving. We're going into Christmas. I mentioned it earlier. I'll talk about it really quick and then just let it sit on your soul, right? This is something to think about. The Santa Claus rally. What it is and what it means for investors. If y'all don't think that me jumping around is not still staying on topic, you're lost. You're lost, chat. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, every bit of information that I'm giving you is absolutely pertinent. It's absolutely spot on entertainment. All right. So the Santa Claus rally, the tendency for stock markets to rise during the last 5 trading days of December through the first 2 trading days of January. That is the Santa Claus rally, chat. The tendency for stock markets to rise during the last 5 trading days of December through the first 2 trading days of January. I'm telling you all this information for a reason, because I told you we went over a lot of the basic information. So if you don't know how to purchase a stock by now, you need to go back and watch my Monday videos. You should absolutely know how to buy a stock. We're slowly getting into the realm of a little bit more advanced. We're getting into the technicals, right? We're getting into the analysis portion. We're also getting into other things, such as the personal finance realm. Again, a disclaimer for those of you who weren't here in the beginning. I am a nobody. I am not certified. I'm not licensed. I am nothing. This is all entertainment. Start thinking about the Santa Claus rally. The Santa Claus rally refers to the sustained increases found in the stock market during the last 5 trading days of December through the first 2 trading days of January. Since 1950, during this 7-day trading window, the S&P 500 has gained an average of 1.3% and been positive 79% of the time. More than majority of the time, which is 51%, and an average of 1.3%. If on average people are looking to gain 8% per year, you're telling me you can gain 1.3% of that in the last week of the year? There's somebody out there that's not listening to me right now. They're like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's supposed to be talking about finance and investing and stuff, and he's talking about Santa Claus. That is your gift to close out your year and start out your new year, chat. That's your gift. That is your gift. That is your gift right there, chat. Despite all of the high frequency trading and algorithmic trading and the velocity of the market these days, patterns like the Santa Claus rally continue to persist, said Jeffrey A. Hirsch, editor of the annual Stock Traders Almanac. His father, Yale Hirsch, invented the term in 1972. Chat. I'll be back in 1 second. 1 second. I just want to show y'all something. 1 second, chat. Where's my book, chat? Where's my book? Where's my book? It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. Where's my book, chat? All right. My book is somewhere. It's somewhere. I have to find it for you guys. I have to find it for you guys, chat. But what I was looking for was the Stock Traders Almanac. I'll just look it up and tell you guys what it is. So the key takeaways: the Santa Claus Rally specifically occurs during a 7-day period spanning the last 5 days of December and the first 2 trading days of January, with historical data showing positive returns about 4/5 of the time. Listen, 4/5 of the time is a lot, chat. I don't know what else to tell you. 4/5 of the time is a lot, almost 80%, right? The S&P 500 has averaged 1.3% gain during this period since 1950, with even stronger average gains of 1.6% when considering data back to 1928. Theories for the rally include increased holiday shopping, seasonal optimism, end of tax year considerations, and less institutional trading since many cut back on activities during the holidays. Look at this. 1990, 1992, 99, 2004, 2007, 2014, 15, 2023. Chat. Listen, it's something you guys need to pay attention to. So what is the Stock Traders Almanac? I need to actually get the most recent version. But the Stock Traders Almanac is a veteran-edited annual publication that serves as a practical guide for investors by identifying and explaining historical market cycles, trends and patterns in the U.S. stock market. Organized in a calendar format, the Almanac helps traders make sound investment decisions by highlighting proven proprietary strategies and seasonal patterns, such as the January Barometer, the Santa Claus Rally, and the best 6 months of the year. Founded by Yale Hirsch in 1968 and now edited by his son, Jeffrey Hirsch, it is considered an indispensable resource for both professional and individual traders. Investors. I fall, of course, under individual investors. I'm giving y'all a game. Key features: calendar format, historical data-driven, market cycle identification, proprietary strategies, strategic insights. I'm giving y'all a game, chat. I'm absolutely giving y'all a game. I'm giving y'all a game. Who uses it? Retail investors, institutional investors, media. Shout out to Rack in the building. Where is it? Give me one more second. Let me check one more spot. I just want to give y'all a look at what it looks like. If I don't find it this time, then I'll find it later and I'll show you later. But what I'm going to go into after this, chat, I do want to start talking about a little bit of technical analysis. We're not going to do the actual analysis, but we're going to look at charts. We're going to look at a chart. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. But while I'm gone, y'all go ahead and listen to this hip hop beat. Yeah. Listen, chat. Yeah. Let's go. We gotta let the whole song run. It's only a couple more seconds left. That's what that song sounds like when you run it to completion. So chat, let me go full screen for y'all. And then we're going to get into it some more. All right, chat. The Stock Traders Almanac. This is an old version. But let's just for a second assume that it was a new version. Right? So this is the type of information, and this is kind of what it looks like. Right? This is the type of information, and this is what it looks like. So what you would see here, and let's try this real quick. Let me try something, chat. Let me try something real quick, chat. Let's see if this comes out a little clearer. All right. Y'all see that? Okay. So this is what it looks like. So imagine, right? Today is October 6th. It's not Wednesday. Again, this is an old version. But this is the type of stuff it tells you. You guys see that next to where it says Wednesday? You see how it has like a little bull there, right? So that tells you historically that would be a bullish day or a green day, right? It gives you October ends Dow and S&P worst 6 months. And it gives you pages to reference, and NASDAQ worst 4 months, pages to reference, right? Entrepreneurs who believe in blah, blah, blah. So this is essentially what we're looking at when we're thinking about the Stock Traders Almanac. It gives you other information in here as well, right? So it gives you the percentages, right? The monthly percent changes since 19 whatever, right? It gives you the sector index, the seasonality tables. We talked about seasonality very, very shortly, and I'll in another stream I'll talk deeper about seasonality. But this thing goes through the days, chat. I'm not trying to sell you, right? But again, look at the type of information it's giving you, right? This is a strategy calendar. So yeah, this is all investment information, right? This is all investment information. It's set up in a calendar format. So it's not a ton of like surprises. It tells you, like, they literally have on here. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Y'all know what that symbol is, right? Let me show you the difference in the symbols again. So, because people are like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So here we go. Look at this. So y'all can see the difference. So that is a bullish day, right? That is a bearish day. And then look at this, chat. We talked about this before. We'll talk about it again in detail another day, but that is a witch. Witching. They're even telling you about witching cycles, right? So beyond that, I mean, it's filled with a lot of information. Historical performance. I mean, you name it. It's pretty much in here. They talk about typical days. They talking about a lot of historical information. They talk about the percent rises and falls for certain days, trends, all of that. But this is basically what a lot of people use to go through essentially day by day. So if you get one of these as your calendars, right? You get one of these as your calendars, chat, and you go through a year, it'll make you a little bit more intelligent when it comes to your trading journey. And shout out to Cabana in the building. Right? Y'all feel me, chat? Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? I'm giving y'all that game. You feel me? So that's what it's talking about. Right? So we're going to switch gears just a little bit because I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I actually have some meetings and things to do. But one of the things that I want to touch on today is I want to start thinking, again, we're getting into more of that advanced portion. How you doing, Cabana? Hope everything is going well. Monday mornings, we're learning about money. We're learning about finance and all those things. Disclaimer, I ain't shit. That's the short of it. I'm not certified. I'm not licensed. I'm none of that, right? So let me... All right, let's Google search. So first, chat, we're going to ask, what is technical analysis, right? So financial analysis that uses patterns and market data to identify trends and make predictions, right? Technical analysis is the process of studying historical price and volume data using charts and technical indicators to predict future price movements in financial markets. The core idea is that market patterns tend to repeat, allowing traders to identify trends, support and resistance levels, and potential entry or exit points for trades. Unlike fundamental analysis, which focuses on a company's intrinsic value, technical analysis is concerned with the psychological aspects of market participants, believing that all known information is already reflected in the price, right? I know that was a lot of information. That was a lot of words. But in short, what does it mean? When you're thinking about fundamental analysis, chat, you're thinking about how did a company do, right? What was their bottom line? How many sales did they make? And what was their expenses, right? What was the profit? When you start thinking about technical analysis, you're looking at stuff. You're looking at stock charts, right? Hold up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Give me 1 second. Because this thing is going to keep asking me to join. But yeah, when you're thinking about the fundamental analysis, you're thinking about how a company is performing based off of the services and products that they provide, right? When you start thinking about technical analysis, you're thinking about a chart. You're thinking about what are the patterns and things that a chart is actually showing, right? All right, so let me get back to it. Let me get back to it, chat. Because this is what we're going to talk about today. This is what we're going to talk about today. Okay. So how it works, charts. Technical analysis use various charts such as candlestick charts to visualize price action, including the open, close, high, and low for a given period. Patterns. Analysts look for recurring patterns on these charts like trends, flag formations, and other chart patterns which suggest future price movements. And indicators, mathematical calculations and statistical tools called technical indicators are used to provide additional signals and insight into price momentum, speed, and extreme conditions. Right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all going off. Yeah, I'm definitely not certified. Yeah, been fully rested and well. Yep. On Mondays, that's when we go in. We go in on this information. So the key principles is that history repeats itself. A fundamental tenet is that market behavior is cyclical and that patterns from the past can offer clues to future movements. So y'all know I told y'all that stocks do this. They go up and they go down, right? So it's not necessarily about what's happening, especially if you're a long-term investor. It doesn't matter that much, right? Shout out to Sun in the building. Just got back home not long ago. Ooh, nice. Well, at least you made it home safely. Today is Monday. You know the vibes. Price discounts everything. Technical and analysts believe that all relevant market information, both fundamental and public, is already factored into the current price of the security, right? Sometimes, right? Price move in trends. Market prices tend to move in identifiable trends, upward, downward, or sideways, and these trends tend to persist. I had looked up, I typed in something earlier. Okay, here we go. This is what I want to talk about today, chat. Because now we're getting more technical. We're not going to just jump the gun and start talking about, hey, this is how you read momentum, and this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. We want to start off slow. So to start off slow, we want to learn the very basic thing. And this is probably going to be the last thing I cover today, chat. To read a candlestick chart, right? To read a candlestick chart, understand its three main parts. The real body, which is the rectangle, wicks or shadows, the lines above and below the body, and the color. The color indicates price direction, green or white for a price increase, red or black for a decrease. The body shows the open and close prices, while the wicks show the high and low prices for that specific time period. Each candlestick represents a specific time period, such as 1 minute, 1 hour, and 1 day. Understanding the parts. The real body. This is the thick rectangular part of the candlestick. For a green or white candlestick, the bottom of the body is the open price and the top of the body is the close price. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're just going to read it first and then we're going to put it into action. So if you had trouble, even if you're an advanced trader and you still don't know how to understand candles, pay attention. For a red or black candlestick, the top of the body is the open price and the bottom of the body is the close price. Wicks or shadows or tails, these are the thin lines extending above or below the body. The top of the upper wick shows the highest price reached during the period. The bottom of the lower wick shows the lowest price reached during the period. The color. The color of the real body shows the overall price movement. Green and white means what, chat? It means up. The closing price was higher than the opening price. That's a bullish candle. Red and black, the closing price was lower than the opening price. That's a bearish candle, right? We won't talk about the size and things like that, but just so we go over the information, what the size of the parts tell you, a large body indicates a strong price move and high buying or selling pressure. A small body or a doji suggests indecision in the market as buyers and sellers had little control. Long wicks suggest that the price went to extreme highs or lows but was rejected, showing potential reversals. By analyzing the color, size, and length of bodies and wicks, traders can infer market sentiment and potential future price movements. Right? I'm just telling you guys where to find the information. Right? That's all I do here, chat. That's all I do. I'm showing you where to find the information. We're going to look at this in play. Right? I think this might be a little video. We'll just let that in. All right, so we just read it. Now, here's the candle. Remember, red or black, white or green. If you need to see that in the actual chart form, here it is. Right? Let me switch my chart. Let me switch my chart. Let me switch my chart. Okay, we want a blank chart. We're going to look at AMD. Right now, we just want you guys to see. You see how the candles are red and green, right? As we just read, red or green, or sometimes black and white. Black is also red, right? As we saw from the definition, right? Red or black, and then green or white. That's the first thing we're looking at. So we know this is a bull candle. This is a bear candle. Why do they use bull and bear, right? Because when bulls attack, they attack by the horns, which is up. Right? When bears attack, they attack by the claws, which is a swipe down. So down and up, right? That's kind of how people reference it. It's not the full history on bulls and bears, but that's an easy way to think about it. Right? How's this ad still going? Oh, whenever we scroll off of it, the ad stops. That's crazy, playing an ad on the thing. So that's how we can look at it. But I want to see this video because it might be a short video that may be good for folks to actually see. So let's see. Okay, let's look at this and then we'll interpret what they're talking about.
Candlestick charts are used by traders to determine possible price movements based on past patterns. Candlesticks are generated by up and down movements in price. While these movements can seem random, traders use them to forecast the price's short-term direction. The concept originated in the 1700s when a Japanese man named Hama Monahisa discovered that while supply and demand determined the cost of rice, the markets were also influenced by emotion. Candlesticks show that emotions representing the size of price moves with different colors. A down candle is often shaded red, and up candles are often shaded green, although these colors can be altered in a trading platform. A daily candlestick is helpful because it shows 4 price points: the market open, the high, the low, and the closing price. The candlestick also has a wide part, which is called the real body. The real body represents the price range between the open and close of that day's trading. When the real body is filled in, it means the close was lower than the open. If it is empty, that means the close was higher. There are many candlestick patterns. Bullish patterns indicate that the price is likely to rise, while bearish patterns indicate that the price could fall.
Everything's up and down.
Many algorithms are based on the same price information shown in candlestick charts. But no pattern works all the time, and candlesticks represent tendencies in price movement, not guarantees.
Tendencies, not guarantees, chat. Remember that. Tendencies, not guarantees. So no matter what you do when it comes to this investing, trading, whatever you're doing, just know that nothing is guaranteed and nothing is absolute, right? Because one of the things that is a quote unquote general rule, and this is a little advanced, is that gaps in price. So I told y'all before, look at the pre-market price of AMD. It's all the way up here, right? So this gap is going to eventually fill. It's not a guarantee, but the chances of it is likely. But let's think about what we just learned about candles, and let's look at the daily candle, right? Let's look at the last candle, chat. Let's make it really big on screen, right? This is a candle from last week. We have 2 candles, multiple candles, right? We're in the daily, right? We're in the day, which means each one of these candles represent 1 day. That's what that means, right? And if we go back, we know here, right? The open price, the high price, the low price, the close price. So if we look at a candle and we're looking at this red candle, this was the open price. Notice we can even just hover over the candle, and if y'all can see this on your screen, you see this O, that stands for open, $170.68. So on Friday, October 3rd, this candle opened at $170.68. It never went higher than that. How do I know it never went higher than that, chat? Because there's no wick, there's no tail. Remember, just looking at this, it tells you the high price. There is no wick on this candle. There is a low wick here. It might be hard to see. There's a low wick, which means at some point, this price went all the way down here. We can see the low here. It tells us the actual number. 163.14 is where this wick gets to. So we know this is the open price. We know this is the close price. Because the close price is lower than the opening price, this is a bearish candle and the candle is red. So if you can imagine, chat, throughout the day, it started off, and sorry, this is green, ignore the color of this that I'm using. This started here, and throughout the day, this price went down like this, right? And then it even went as low as this, but then it came back up. So when it went down, it created that wick. But when it came back up, it starts to shrink that candle body, right? Because if it keeps going down, that candle body is going to be just like this. And again, sorry for the green color. I don't want to confuse anyone, but that's what it would look like. Because what will happen on the reverse side is it'll create this very long wick. And then if it starts to go green, the body will go up. And that's what you see in that candle here next to it. This is a bull candle, right? If we look at this bull candle, we can see the open price is at the bottom. Here is the open price, 168.68. This is the open price. And throughout this day, this trading day, which was Thursday, October 2nd, this price movement went all the way up to here to 171.06 and all the way down here to 166.12. We can see that in the numbers at the top. And because this opening price, or I should say the closing price, is higher than the opening price, it created this green body. So again, don't pay attention to the color, but how you can picture that is it started here and it went up, creating that green body. Some point during the day, it went all the way down here, creating this wick and going all the way up here and then coming all the way back down. That's how you can see that information. The stock market just opened, chat. So let's look at a candle in real time, how it moves. Right? And what we're going to do, don't pay attention to the time frame. When you're looking at a chart in general, just realize that one axis is going to be price. The other is going to be time, right? So here's the time axis at the bottom. Here's the price axis on the right-hand side. So now what we're going to do, so you can see these candles in real time, we're going to go to a 1 minute, right? So based off of what we know, a candle is going to be for any time period that you choose. So we chose 1 minute. So each of these candles represent 1 minute. So look at this time. You see how it went to the next minute? If you can't see this time, it says 9:33 a.m. and 5 seconds. Each one of these candles are going to represent 1 minute. It doesn't matter if the candle represents 1 minute, or if it's going to represent 1 hour, or if it's going to represent 1 month or 1 day. It's going to show you exactly what's happening. I told you guys before. If you were listening, I told you the chances of this candle going straight up after the market opened, I'm like, hey, this is going to start to go down. It may not get all the way back to here, but that was news. This is excitement over the news of the deal with OpenAI. So they're going to jump, right? But price is going to start to come back here. Again, it's not a guarantee, but those are things that happen. But we're here to focus on the candle. So if we go back to a 1 minute candle, look, a new candle is going to form in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all see that, chat? Because we're on the 1 minute time frame. But notice the candle opened here and now it's going up. And notice how it creates. Sorry, I'm moving around a little bit. I'm trying to get this candle bigger for you guys. Notice how it's creating the body of the candle. And it's creating these wicks. Pay attention to the movement. And also what I want you to pay attention to as well is if there's not a huge jump in price, you may get a candle opening in the place where the last candle closed, especially on the 1 minute time frame. Again, the time frame isn't as important as understanding how the candle looks. The candle opened here. It's gone all the way up to there, all the way down here, and then all the way back up. So we're starting to get a green candle. In 3, 2, 1. See the new candle form? Here's where it opened. And sometimes the price moves so fast, it's even hard to actually see when they create those wicks. It just moves so fast. I mean, look at the price movement. This is just what we're seeing. In real time, these prices are flying, chat. They're absolutely flying. Shout out to Shaw in the building. But you see how candles are moving? So here was the opening price of this candle. And as of now, the closing price is going to be up here. Right? We're on a 1 minute time frame. So that's how you read the candle. Again, open price, close price. The wicks tell you the high price and low price. Notice the low price and the high price are the same, no matter what color the candle. The difference is the opening price and the close price. If you can remember that, the closing price closes higher on a green candle and lower on a red candle, then instantly when you look at a candle, you'll be able to know that, hey, the price went higher this day, or the price went lower this day, or this minute, or this 10 minutes, or an hour, or a month. It doesn't matter, chat. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. All the candles mean the exact same thing. So me showing you guys this chart, you should instantly be able to see that a green candle means that the price opened here at the bottom of the body of the candle and it closed at the top of the body. And the wicks just show you the lowest price and the highest price for that time frame. So each of these candles represent what, chat? If we're on a month, each of these candles represent 1 month. Look in the calendar at the bottom. October's candle, September, August, each of these represent a month. The top of the wick represents the highest price it reached that month. The bottom of the wick represents the lowest price it reached that month. If we go to 4-hour time frame, it does not matter the time frame. All the candles mean the exact same thing. It just depends on the time period that you choose. So in a 4-hour time period, that's what each of these candles are going to represent. So a half of a trading day. The top of the wick means what, chat? The highest price. The bottom of the wick means the lowest price. And then based on whether the candle is red or black or green or white is going to tell you where the opening and close price was for that time frame. You feel me? You feel me, chat? Y'all listening? That is how you read a candle. So now we're on the 1 minute time frame, right? Let's zoom out really quick because the price has went all the way up on AMD. And let me just let y'all look at it one more time before we start getting to close. Before we start getting to the close. When you start getting into technical analysis, these are the things that you look at. This is a 1 minute candle. Again, this is each candle represents 1 minute. So just by looking at this candle, we know what, chat? The open of this candle is higher than the close or the current lowest price of this candle because it's red. Each candle in this time frame, because we're on 1 minute, represents 1 minute. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we get a new candle. You see that? That's how it works. If I go into a 1 hour or 15 minute, let's say 15 minute time frame, we're going to have to wait 15 minutes for the next candle. Oh, let me show you this. The stock market opened almost 10 minutes ago, chat. Notice this is a 1 minute this is a 10-minute candle. So on the 1 minute, right, you see how many candles we have? On the 5 minute, you see we have 2 candles. Here's the 10 minute. This is a 10-minute candle. It opened here, the lowest price it got here, and it's currently sitting here. So if the stock market has been open for 9 minutes and 40 seconds, what's going to happen in 20 seconds, chat? What's going to happen in 15 seconds, 10 seconds, chat? If you guess we're going to get a brand new candle, you are absolutely right. 3, 2, 1, a new 10-minute candle because we're on a 10-minute time frame. That's how candles work. You're not going to get another candle on this time frame until 9:50 because we're on the 10-minute time frame. Right? If we're on 2-minute time frame, you're going to get a candle every 2 minutes. If you're on a 1-minute time frame, you're going to get a candle every 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're in the 11th minute. Does that make sense? That's how you read the time frame on candles. So the information changes based on the time frame you're looking at. If you're on a short time frame, like 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, it's not going to give you as much information as for, look, we're going to get another minute candle. See that? Because we're in the 12th minute. This information here on 1 minute candles is not going to tell you as much as a 1 month. Because now when we're looking at 1 month candles, we can see history. And then this time frame is when you start to develop trends. I can't see a huge trend from a 1 minute candle. That 1 minute candle is going to look like a straight line compared to a chart like this. This takes us all the way back to 2019. We'll get into it at some other point, but trends start to come in when you start thinking about this. The price was down here and now the price is up here, right? Depending on how you mark your stuff, right? We can say, oh, AMD is constantly going up. Whether it's going up and it's going down back and forth, what direction is it going, chat? You could just look at this trend line and see what direction it's going. That's a little bonus for y'all. Some people like to mark all the low prices. Some people like to mark the high prices so they can see where is the range in which AMD might trade, right? Some people like to mark certain things. We can get into all that later. But I just want to show you this is how people start looking at this information, right? Some people like to mark it this way so they can say, oh, here's a line of support and here's a line of resistance, right? Look at this, chat. We can see from these monthly candles that what? The price of the October candle hit the same place as a March monthly candle from 2024. And after it hit this price, what happened? It started to go down. Not saying this is exactly what's going to happen, but if we look at this green candle so far, it is going down. So we would call this resistance, but more on that later, chat. We just wanted to focus on candles and understanding candles. Applaud this man. We're slowly getting into we're touching on everything, chat. We're touching on everything. We're touching on the different things in investing that people need to understand. If you're paying attention, if you're here with us, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. Trust me. This is for entertainment purposes only. But now when you see a chart, you're not completely oblivious. Because now I can bring up any chart. Doesn't matter what the company is. That's NVIDIA's chart. And now you instantly go, oh, green candles, red candles, Apple. Oh, green candles, red candles, Wix. The lowest price, the highest price. Oh, it doesn't matter. Microsoft. Oh, you see that, chat? Once you learn, you can't forget. Here you are right here. Here you are right here, chat. There's the link. Learn more, read more about it. Because this starts getting into patterns, which I don't want to talk about just now. Bullish patterns, bearish patterns, right? Because these candles start to make patterns. And that's how people do day trading and otherwise trading. Those are things to think about, chat. But that's all I got for y'all today. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. And one more time for the one time. One more time for the one time, chat. If y'all not listening, hey, you just missing out. Because it is entertaining. But if y'all want to be like Head Youngin and y'all want to get y'all a scat pack in the future, if y'all want to get y'all a SRT, a 392, a RT, whatever it is you fancy. If you want to be prepared for retirement, these are some of the things that you got to do, or at least understand. You want to start understanding how people are talking. You want to be in different circles and different groups. This is what you got to know. But W, y'all, let's do that outro. Y'all stick around. We're going to raid out. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love as always. We're going to keep running it up. But y'all stay right there. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Because I know some people was like, yo, a candle. Now you look at a chart and you're like, yo, yeah, you right. You right. Candles. Yeah, you right. You right. You feel me? That's how it is. Shout out to everybody who came through. We want to start making sure we get everybody in the game, get everybody participating. We're going to go to Rack today. Let's see what Rack got going on. I think he playing COD. Excuse me. Y'all show Rack some love. We're going to go rate him right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to re-up on my coffee. Don't hesitate to ask questions, chat. We got to get to the bag. Catch me at TwitchCon next week. Y'all let me know what I need to prepare. Oh yeah, you gonna learn, Ice. For sure.